Hi everyone, my name is piterpakulski. Today we'll start creating financial model of a delivery business. We will start doing it from scratch. We have absolutely empty, clear Microsoft Excel. I will show you what types of inputs, what information you have to pay attention when you start this business. During creation of this model, I will show you what interesting features you might need from financial model. When you finish it, you will just have to create different scenarios, what coefficients you will be interested to play with. And today we'll just start creating this model. This will be a group of videos. So let's start. First of all, we just start with creating of a small library. This will be the first year of our projections. We will have a 10-year horizon, planning horizon in our financial model. This color will be the color of inputs. So this color will be the color of inputs throughout the whole model. All input data will be marked with this specific blue color. So first we will just start creating our timeline. So this is our 10-year horizon. We will need automatic timeline. For example, if we want to display all our delivery business project to 1 year, we will just do it like this. So all our timeline will change, and you won't have to retype a huge amount of information. It won't take you much time to retype the inputs. Now it's time to talk about the customers. We will create a simple table where we will just create the portraits of each type of customer. We will have 10 types of customer. So the first column will be customer type. This will be the input, so we mark it with our specific color that we take for all the inputs. This color are the same. Then we set up the check for delivery. So here we specify the average check per customer type. This is also the input. Then we what we will do now, we will just add a line here. So here we specify the amount of customers. This will be the input. So for example, we will have 500 customers per month. Then later, when we will create the cash flow statement and we see the payback period, discounted payback period, we will be interested in playing with this number, with the amount of customers, and without retyping it, it will be easy for us at this moment to create an additional coefficient that we will add to this number, and we will just play with this coefficient without playing with the amount of customers. So we will just add a coefficient here. This will be the input. So when you create a financial model, you also have to think many steps ahead, because when you see the result, 100% you will want to play with different data, and without retyping it, it's better for you to use the system of different coefficients. For example, you see the simple and discounted payback period and you don't like it, and then you just start with playing this coefficient, and you see what amount of customer must be to gain this revenue, to gain this profit, and so on, and you see if this is realistic or not. And you don't have to play with this, manually insert these numbers. You're just playing with this coefficient without retyping huge amount of data. Then what else? The next step, then we should explain to our inside our financial model what is the structure of these 500 customers. And now we will assume that, for example, we'll take created totals. This will be the inputs. We will say that, for example, 5% of customers will be customer number 1 type, then 15% of customers will be customer type number 2, like this, for example, like this, like this. For example, like this. So here we just allocate how these 500 customers are structured inside the different customer types. For example, we can create some control sign for us. For example, if this is equal to 1, it's okay. So if we allocate more or less than 100%, it will give us a mistake sign. For that purpose, we will use conditional formatting. So if we have 100% is okay. If we allocate more than 100, this will give us mistake sign. It is very valuable because when you have lots of inputs, you start setting up the inputs, you forget to control the totals, and you have to create the system of controls that will help you to be correct with your inputs. It is valuable. It is vital, important, because when your financial model is very big and complicated, you will have to see some signs from Microsoft Excel to help you that you are moving to the wrong direction. So it is very important. So the next step we will use this timeline. So what we're doing now, we will just take here a list of our customer types. Then we will take this value and create a structurized amount of customers to each type. So all these 500 customers are now here they are. So now they are structurized. And what we will do now, we will just create on-off. On-off for each customer and a coefficient. So we are going to the library, we were taking. So now we just switch them on. This is the input. So we assign this color. So the basic coefficient is 100%. So this coefficient will be to quantity. So this will be the formula for final coefficient to quantity. If this is equal to this, then 1, otherwise 0. Then if this is 1, we will add this coefficient, so the final coefficient is like this. So for example, if we want to switch off, for example, this customer, this will be 0, but we can, without switching it completely off, we can switch it on but decrease the amount of customers. So we will add this coefficient to this timeline. Now we will add the coefficient to check. So this is the final check plus coefficient. So we can, for example, take 30% of the check. So our next step is creating the revenues. So what we will do now, we will just take this cell and multiply it on check, average check. Now we will extrapolate this formula. And now we have the revenues. So this line will later go to our cash flow statement. So we created the revenue for our delivery business. So what is I will group some lines. So what is valuable about what we've just created? When our financial model is ready, we can just I will just move it a little bit closer, and we see the payback period, simple, discounted, net present value. We just can switch off the revenues. Let's see, we can increase, decrease the revenues, and see what will be the payback period. If this will happen, if that will happen, we can decrease pricing. We can do it very quickly without retyping a huge amount of data. So we will also have to deal with coefficients. You have to create the system of coefficients to make you easily create lots of scenarios. Or if we want to decrease the general amount of customers, we can use the coefficient like this, or for example like this. So it is very easy to create different scenarios. So next video will be devoted to creation of the system of limitations for the cars that we need for our delivery business. If you find this video valuable, you may give us a like, subscribe our channel. Also, you may order financial model from scratch for your existing business or your future business idea. We will help you with that. So see you in next videos. Thank you and bye.